I want to talk about fillets. So we'll start with sketch fillets. Enter into sketch mode on our top plane and create a basic square. And with this, we'll look at how to apply a fillet and then how to apply multiples at the same time, as well as how to modify when you do multiple fillets and how to add a tangent arc. So first, let's enter into the fillet tool and select two adjacent edges that will create a corner. Place the fillet and then modify. So this one will do 25. Next, I want to select around both of the corners that I want to apply the same fillet to. And then when I modify the measurement for the radius, it will modify it for both of them. If I want to change one after the fact, I can just delete that little equal sign constraint, and that'll allow me to change the radius value of it independent from the others. Next, let's add a tangent arc. And with this, what you'll do is select the two adjacent edges you want to make the arc between. And then you have to do a little bit of modifying. When you place your radius value, you can see it leaves a tail of a line on the other side. And I'll admit I end up making an error here that I left in so we can help troubleshoot it. But when you place those, you want to make those coincident. It looks like I actually missed it right there. So when I add the measurement values to the length, as well as on the horizontal, it actually goes through and fully constrains the sketch. But what it does is actually leaves a little bit of an open gap over there in that corner that I modified. So when I exit the sketch, it comes up with an error message. And you can see how it kind of highlights in the back corner there, that little extra orange dot, showing me that that's where the error is occurring. So when I go back into the sketch, I can eliminate that last horizontal length that I added. And then from there, it'll allow me to make that endpoint coincident with the line's endpoint. And that also fully constrains the sketch, but this time as a closed loop so that I can pad it. But that's it for sketch fillets. Now let's use the original draft object to create fillets on the feature side. So we'll start out with an edge fillet. And all you do is select the edge you want to apply that fillet to. It works very similar to the sketch fillet in nature. Next, let's add a face fillet. And what that does is allow you to essentially make the same thing as an edge fillet between two adjacent fillets, or you can bridge a gap and create a fillet between two faces that don't necessarily touch, but would touch if they were propagated down. Well, you can't do it to parallel faces, but to inclined faces that would eventually touch. You can do face fillets there, and those are pretty cool. Next, let's do a tri-tangent fillet, which will allow you to take two parallel sides. They don't have to be parallel, they just have to not touch. And what we'll do there is then remove the whole face between them and make a smooth arc all the way around. So essentially making a tangent end arc between those faces, but using the fillet tool. Next, let's use a face fillet to finish off our object. So I'm going to select both faces, but you don't have to do them both at the same time. This just allows you to make that face fillet on both sides of equal radius. And that way, if I need to modify them, I would have to modify them together, but it's a little bit faster if that's my intended purpose. So that brings us through all of the different types of fillets.